Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Jim Kleiber Show. Today is Thursday, February 11th, 2021. I am getting bored with doing this show. I'm not going to lie. Maybe it's just because I'm doing it by myself and there's not so many topics. But I still think I could talk every single day, paying attention to what's going on in the news and having interpretations of it. I guess maybe I'm not seeing any impact of it. That I'm just speaking out into the ether and I'm not hearing a lot of feedback from people, just a handful of people. And maybe that's because I'm not out there promoting this so much. I don't know. Maybe that's part of the essence of broadcasting. I talked on the show before about how I think it's hard to broadcast because we're just speaking out into the void. But I think here, if someone doesn't have an audience in front of them, often they will still have an audience that's listening at home or watching at home, and then there'll be interaction. They'll hear from that audience in indirect ways. I don't know if there is one for this. I see some people watch, and I don't necessarily know how long they watch or what they get from it or if it's having any impact on them. Again, just a handful of people. And this is 115 episodes now. And so I may try something new next week. I may take a break. I may take a week off. I may experiment with the format and how this, maybe just not me speaking. I may try to come up with something that's a little more exciting for me to share with others. Maybe I just don't see the value in this sometimes and don't share it. So maybe tweak it or refactor the show a little bit, either from a brand name perspective or from the format of the actual show, and see if that's more exciting. And I think overall, maybe I'm just questioning whether this show is really having the impact that I want something to have. What I've seen with iFilio is that it can impact people very quickly on a deep level. And what I saw with emotional self-defense classes is it could do the same. It could hit people really quick, and really deep, and have very long-lasting memory from just a 45-minute class. And maybe I'm not seeing that with this. Maybe that's not the purpose of this. Maybe this is entertainment. I don't know what the purpose of these shows are in some ways. And I'm just kind of getting tired. I think I can get addicted to the things that bring quick results, quick and deep results. And so something like this, which may take a long time to develop, doesn't drive that same excitement and same joy, I guess. What else will I say? It's also, I don't know if I want people attached or addicted to listening to me every day talk for 30 minutes. 30 minutes is not that much in the scope of a day, but it's a lot. It's also a lot. And I don't know if listening to my voice really helps so much. Maybe I get stuck on this idea that what I'm doing has to help, has to impact, has to, serve that goal. And maybe the goal that I'm serving is people just want a break and they want to listen to me talk. Maybe they just want to hear me laugh and hear my voice. I don't know. But I think I could achieve that in a much shorter show. I could do a 2-minute or a 5-minute thing each day, and people could still get that their daily dose of my voice and who I am and my feeling. I don't know. 30 minutes seems long. And again, I think maybe this is one of the benefits or one of the reasons why entrepreneurs and a lot of people will talk about when you're creating something, you're not just creating it for empty space, you're creating it for a community, you're creating it for other people. And when we don't create that community and build that community so that there could be communication back and forth, so that it's more interactive, we don't know if the stuff that we're doing is helping or hurting or being ignored. I have no idea if people are watching, and if they are, if they're angry or if they're excited or if they're confused or if they're scared or if they're grateful. I have no idea what people are feeling, if they even notice that this thing exists. And, in so many of the things that talk about creating things, so many of the books and so many of the workshops, so many of the speeches and the classes, etc., I don't know how many of them really emphasize the point that it's not, it's at least 50% about creating and building and maintaining the audience and the community and promoting the thing that you created than it is just the creation of the thing. I really wish people would have told me this, or maybe they did tell me this, but I just didn't want to listen. Maybe there was a part of me that says, no, I just want to create. I just want to craft. I just want to come up with new things. I don't want to go out there and promote and tell people about them. Because when I'm telling people about something, I'm not actually doing the thing itself. When I'm telling people about my class, I'm not running the class. I guess some ways it's related because it's having the conversation about the class. I don't know. Maybe that's part of my exercise to do over the next week, is really to figure out, why am I not promoting these things? And how can I make the promotion of the thing, the telling of the thing, feel closer or more exciting, feel closer to the doing of the thing. I guess it's just, sometimes I get really bored telling stories about things that happened in the past. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. I imagine there's other people out there like me, where I am much more excited to do something new than I am to talk about what happened, talk about something old. Like, oh, what happened? How was your experience when you went to this and this place? It was good. Okay, now let's talk about what we could do today, or what we could do in the future. No, but I want to know about your history and your past. It's like, oh, I don't want to tell the same story over and over and over again. Maybe one of the biggest things with creation is just finding the stories that we actually do want to tell over and over again, because inevitably, imagine if you're a founder of a company like Clubhouse. So now that you're building Clubhouse, every single person you talk to will be like, oh, what's Clubhouse? And then maybe in 20 years from now, when you have on your resume or your profile that, you founded Clubhouse, and then people go, oh, so why did you find Clubhouse? What was, tell me about Clubhouse. What is Clubhouse? And you tell the same stories over and over and over again. Am I the only one that gets really bored telling the same stories? Like, I get so bored sometimes, like just autopilot. Like, it feels like dread sometimes to tell the same story. Here we go again. Okay, let's just repeat the same story. But maybe there's some stories, like emotional self-defense. I actually like telling that story, and so that's why I've been struggling a bit for changing the name. I spoke with a trademark attorney the other day, and he said emotional self-defense would be a really hard name to trademark. I was like, oh no. Like, I kind of knew it, right? It seems too generic. A lot of people use it casually to refer to what the thing that they're doing. And yet I'm like, that's one story I like telling over and over again. I like the reactions it gets when I tell it to a new person. And yeah, I don't know how much of life is really, especially business and professional world, is really just telling the same story over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Really, how much of life is that anyways, right? Really, we go to bed, we wake up, we go to the bathroom, we take a shower, we drink water, we eat. We pretty much do the same things over and over and over and over and over again. Oh, I guess I just haven't realized how much life is really, really repetitive. It's just, even this, I've done this show 115 times. It's like the same thing over and over and over and over again. How to maintain joy in the, say, the monotony, the repetition, and maintain enthusiasm and maintain presence in something that is just can feel like a humdrum, can feel like a do, can just lull us to sleep and lull us into a goodness, the furnace turned off. Speaking of repetition, I forgot to turn the furnace off, and I hope it wasn't too loud for you all. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, it's February 11th. Ha, it's my friend's birthday. Oh, that only comes once a year. You got to pay attention to these dates, you know? But anyways, I'm going to end the show. It's been about 10 minutes. I'm getting tired of it right now. And maybe I'll be back next week. I think I'll probably take a week off and just kind of contemplate where I want the show to go. And again, why I'm not promoting it. And instead of using the word promotion, maybe why I'm not telling people about it. And really explore why I'm not telling people about the stuff that I do. How much of it relates to kind of this perfectionism that I have, wanting to only tell people when it's finished, when it's ready, not wanting to tell them when it's half-baked or quarter-baked, not knowing how the cake will turn out, right? If you only tell, oh, I'm baking a cake, and then it turns out you're like, oh, that was a horrible cake. Cooked it too long. Oh, no. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to explore more. I think sometimes we may not tell people what we're doing because, again, maybe we get bored of saying the same story over and over again. Maybe we just don't want, or maybe I just don't want people to see how rough something is, right? I'm not super proud of the background. I'm not super proud of the messy hair. I'm not super proud of like the scraggly beard. I'm not super proud of necessarily the video quality. I am not necessarily proud that I named it after my name. Like, I think it's easy because I named it after my name, but when it's just me talking and after my name, it feels a bit, I feel a bit embarrassed in some ways. And because it doesn't give people that much of a heads up of what the show's about. Oh, what else? I think I've learned over the years from various people that they didn't want to hear what was going on inside of me. They didn't want to hear the conflict. They didn't want to see my mess. Oh, maybe that's why my friend Caleb said we should have the word mess in the show, or messy. Because I don't know how to communicate very well with people when it's completely polished, that there's no conflict within the statement, or there's no conflict within myself, or the conflict's not leaking out. I don't know how to do that. So often I just don't talk. You may laugh and be like, you don't talk. You've done 115 episodes of just you talking. But there is this, I can feel quite afraid that I will overwhelm people with the conflict that I have inside myself, and that they just want to hear the answer. They don't want to hear my thought process. They don't want to hear my feeling process. They just want to hear the answer, the decision. Wow. Thinking back on a relationship that really hit me hard when the girl said that to me. I just want to hear. I don't care what you're thinking. I don't care what I don't care what you're feeling. I just want to know the answer. Just come to me when you're ready to tell me what the answer is. Oh. Yeah, maybe that relates to promoting and telling people about the stuff that I'm doing. I'm afraid that people just want to hear the answer. They don't actually want to see the process. They just want the final answer. They just want the final gift all wrapped up. They don't want to. They don't really want to see me. They want to see the outside of me in a way. They want to see the package that I've presented, not the process that I'm exploring. Maybe I'm wrong. I think I am wrong. I think there are some people who definitely only want to see the package. They only want to see the final product. They want the big reveal. I think there are other people who really enjoy watching the process. After all, life is just a process of us trying. There's a video of Alan Watts speaking that I really liked. It was, I think it was animated by the guys from South Park. And it talks about life, and it says, imagine if life were one long song. So many of us just pay attention. We would just pay attention to the big crash of the cymbal at the end of it, and that would be it. So the whole point of this long song, this orchestral movement, was just to have this big crash at the end, because we just care about the final. But he says the whole point is not to pay attention to that, but it's to dance to the music along the way, and to really recognize the ups and downs and how the notes move in different directions. And yeah, so I'm going to take a break and try to reflect on why I'm not telling people about the stuff that I'm doing, and what's deeper with that. So thank you all for joining today. I'm going to go back to the impeachment trial and try to reflect on this. So take care, y'all, and talk to you soon. Probably not next week, but maybe in a week after that. All right, bye.